It's a lifeline used by Americans every single day.
If I get medical, are you able to render aid?
I don't know if I can or not.
Okay, you'd rather not?
I'd rather not right now.
Okay. Where's the person who shot him?
I don't know. He might be in the parking lot. He might be running. I don't know.
Like this call you just listened to, it's happened last week, a workplace altercation that led to an arrest. Or from the mother who called 911 to report her son's behavior. She's credited with stopping the terror plot targeting a UFC event at the White House earlier this month. It all comes just weeks after statewide outages affected Washington, Arizona, Texas, and Iowa, suggesting this nationwide emergency lifeline could have some cracks in the system. Joining us now is April Heinze. She's the Vice President of 911 Operations and Standards for the National Emergency Number Association. April, welcome. This is very disturbing. I want to start by asking you, what is happening inside these 911 call centers? Why are people not able to get through in the first place?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Outages are extremely concerning, and we want to avoid them at all costs. But there are many different types of outages, and most of them are actually not specifically 911 outages. Rather, they're oftentimes outages affecting specific types of services or networks that prevent callers from reaching 911, which is outside of the 911 center's control. So it's really important for a 911 center to understand immediately that they're having an outage, and second of all, what type of outage they are specifically having at that moment so that they can plan accordingly so they can continue to help the public.
How do you plan accordingly during an outage, April?
Well, like I said, first of all, 911 centers are very resilient. They are trained professionals, and they are the main reason public safety is there to help you. Yeah. So they have a lot of contingency plans in place that they can put into place at any given time based on situational issues.
I have to say that is
outages
reassuring.
Are concerned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where outages are concerned, that's why it's so important for them to know that they're having an outage and the type of outage so they can tell the public how to contact emergency services at that time.
The FCC considered a plan just yesterday to increase 911 reliability. Here's what FCC Chair Brandon Carr had to say, and then I'll talk to you on the other side, April.
Calls to 911 should always go through. During times of crisis, Americans don't think about the complex web of networks and providers and regulations that make it all possible, but the FCC's public safety team certainly does.
So what changes are you expecting, and are they enough to modernize the system, again, that's all Americans rely on or hope to be able to get through to?
Absolutely. Nina actually applauds the FCC on their new report and order. This is actually the second report and order, and this order broadens the scope of what next generation 911 services are provided. Specifically, covered service providers are being required to do. The order establishes a technology neutral, functional based NG 911 reliability rule that takes effect 18 months after publication in the National Register. And it's going to be very beneficial.
There's a recent survey I want to point out. It says 88% of 911 emergency centers have experienced an outage. That's just in the last year. 74% have vacant jobs that need to be filled. You and I have talked about these outages. How can these centers get more qualified people to answer the phones and fill that gap that we're seeing?
Absolutely. When it comes to the outages, one of the things I think it's important to point out is that 88% can be any type of outage. Nina was part of that survey. So it's a all-encompassing type of outage. It's not specific to only 911. So that's important to point out. Yeah. When it comes to getting qualified candidates, it's important that 911 centers are going to where the candidates are and identifying those folks who are wanting to do this job. 911 centers are so reliant on training folks and ensuring that they are capable of doing the job. They're very good at doing that.
I have to say, having this conversation with you, like I mentioned before, I am a bit reassured, but we have to modernize this technology. Thank you for coming on, April Heinze. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.